What's up there, SEO pros? Chase Finder here. A lot of you were interested in how I was able to achieve a bunch of organic growth for a client without any link building, and today I'm going to show you how I was able to do that. So it's going to be a quick video. I'm just going to show you step by step exactly what I did to achieve the results that you're seeing here. And I'm going to show you exactly how I onboarded the client and set them up with an SEO package and got them ranking. So let's just get right into it. So first of all, when I started out with this client, they started with a 20-hour a month SEO package for $2,000, and I'll show you how they contacted me. Let me just go to that slide. So here was the email on May 8th, 2017. It said, "Hi Chase, I hope all is going well. My husband and I have recently started an online mattress review website and have been watching your YouTube videos to assimilate and verse ourselves with the world of SEO. My background is interior design and my husband has owned a mattress store for 9 years now. We're using our combined skills to navigate a new world online and could benefit from some expert help. I noticed that you offer appointments for your website audits. Was curious if you offer any other services beyond that to help with SEO. We would like our site to be as effective as possible when it comes to SEO. We understand that we may need some help up front, but also want to be sure that we are actually learning what we need to do for continued success. Currently, I've been using Yoast on WordPress for the on-page SEO. We also have been using SEMrush to look at our rankings, keywords, etc. But still feel like we are a little unsure what to do with all the information to improve our page and site. Do you do any work for companies, so on and so on?" So, of course, the first thing I recommended was for them to get an audit. And again, this is where they were on a good day from organic traffic, so about three users. So this was the audit that I did. I did a video audit, and sorry, I have something in my throat. And here's what I found. I said, "Crystal, here's the roadmap." And I sent the PayPal invoice as well for what it would cost. I think when I first started, it was actually $1,500. And this is what I found. So certain things like get rid of mobile interstitial pop-up, multiple H1s per page, fix website architecture. So this is all the stuff that I recommended. Now, let me tell you the most important thing out of this entire roadmap. So the most important thing was that they were getting, they had a bunch of content, but none of it was really optimized. And it wasn't targeting what the intent was that it should have been targeting. So when I talk about doing SEO, a lot of the times what I do is I always talk about user intent and user experience. And this is something that I think that pretty much everybody should do. I actually just did a audit for somebody that I'm actually going to be, the video is going to be published on my YouTube channel pretty soon here, if it's not up already, where I talk about the first thing that pretty much anybody should do for their site, whether it's a new site or an old site. And what that is it's figuring out what URLs you have and what they should rank for. What's the purpose of those pages? So if we go into, let's say, for instance, this audit that I just did, let me go find it. It's in here, in here, and in here. What we're going to see is the recommendations I made, but also the general outline. So this is what I pretty much recommend to almost any site, because most sites don't do this. So if we look at, let me try to see if I can zoom in all. Let me just make this text a little bit larger. If we see this, the first thing I recommend is keyword research through competitor analysis and regular keyword research for current pages, and then to map out the keywords to the pages on the website. So this is exactly what I did for our sleep guide, and it was the most important thing to do. So if we look at this, I just gave an example right here. One of the things that we did is we went through the search results by doing site : name of website. So if I do site : the website I just audited, we're going to find a bunch of different pages showing up, obviously, for the website, 87 results. But more importantly, what we're going to see is we're going to see a lot of pages without really any keywords matching what intent is to find them. So let's just take, for instance, this website right here, the homepage, mindfulness plus psychotherapy. Now, obviously, that's not a keyword that many people are typing in, at least not that I can think of. So let me just type in KW Finder to make sure that's true. So if I just type that in. And oh, apparently there's 260. Okay, so maybe I was wrong. So maybe that is a keyword somebody wants to go for. But what I know from this site, there actually is a different intent. This is supposed to be a local search result. So if this is a local search result, why are we going for that keyword? So let's just say we want to go for a local search result, and let's say that we know that, you know, the main keyword is this. We know it's, you know, something around counseling, and then Wakefield, because there's no location plus the actual type of service that they offer, which is psychotherapy, as a search rate. That's a 0 search rate. So we found the closest related thing, which is counseling. Then we put that back over here and we go, okay, that has 121 searches. So maybe we want to go for that. So what we would do is we would put the keyword here, then we would put the URL, and then we'd put the search rate. And so what we're doing here is we're mapping out each keyword to a page to make sure that that page is serving the purpose of that keyword. So now that we got that mapped out, let's go look at the page. Let's go look at, click on that. And we look and see, okay, all right, there's content here, pictures. All right, great. Now let's go see what other people are doing for this keyword that are ranking high. Okay, if we click on these different things that are showing up, that looks like a location page with different counselors on it. Okay, that's one theme we might want to go with. Let's see if that's reoccurring. All right, let's go through this next one. Okay, this looks like a home page that's ranking with related services or symptoms. Okay, it looks like Wakefield is mentioned around 5 or 6 times on this page. All right, let's look at another page. So what we're doing here is we're looking at the similarities for this keyword after we map it out. So same thing with the next page. If we go look at the next page and we do site : name of website, let's just do site : name of website, and we look and see that there's another page. Let's say this one, it's a podcast. Okay, we can see here the page is here and it has content on it, right? But one, we don't really know what it's targeting because it's just targeting something general, and we don't know if this is serving whatever intent for the keyword that it should be targeting is. So instead of just going and thinking, okay, heading tags are a ranking factor, title tags are a ranking factor, whenever I do SEO for a client like these guys, of course I'm going to fix the technical issues. You know, we need to fix a schema, we need to add a fave icon, all that kind of stuff, but that's not what ends up driving traffic. The thing that drives traffic is figuring out why things are ranking, or if they're ranking, or if they're not ranking, and then figuring out what they should be ranking for by mapping it out, and then serving whatever intent is for that keyword. So I actually created a tool for this. If we look up Rank Chaser, which is a tool I just came out with, what it'll actually do is it will show us what averages we need to look at when it comes to certain keywords. So let's just do counseling Wakefield. We'll take the home page, plug it in there. It'll go start crawling the top 20 results on Google, and it'll tell us what the averages are for the average word counts. It'll compare it to our current word count. It'll compare the average image counts. It'll also show us things like, for instance, if we need to be mentioning more keywords, like say, for instance, we saw over here that Wakefield was mentioned 7 times, wherever that was. So these are all averages we want to know about, because we know that if things are ranking on Google right now on the first 10 results, they're ranking for a reason. Google doesn't rank things if it doesn't have a certain amount of trust for the content or the website, right? So obviously this isn't the only thing I did, right? The other things that I did as well is I did internal links. Somebody said that within the in here, they said, yes, most likely guess is strong internal backlinking of pages and topical organization of sites into logical topic zones. This was very correct. That's exactly what we did. We found reoccurring themes throughout the website after mapping out keywords, and we mapped we internally linked important pages that were ranking for high search rates that were maybe already ranking well, and internally linked them to other pages with the correct anchor text. So One more time, let me just show you really quick what this shows us. If we go into the detailed analyzer, we export detailed results to Excel. It tells us it's in program 86. Export Chase Reiner. So let me just go into there, program 86, and export. So just for this page alone, I already know now, if I look at the word count, look, we have 833. Average is about right. Okay, image count. Now the thing is though, is just because the word count is correct, right? There's an average word count. It might not be that the words mentioned, because what happens if I just said the word banana 100 times on a page? Does that make the content any more valuable? No. So it's also important to look at word frequency and see reoccurring themes that are mentioned within the words, and not only within the words through paragraph tags, but also through heading tags. So I hope that makes sense. A lot of what I did at the end of the day was, after mapping out these keywords, I wound up just including them in title tags and in meta descriptions in a way that made those things more valuable. So if mindfulness podcast was maybe something that we wanted to go for more with this podcast, what I would do is the title would probably look something more like this. I would go, okay, in the title tag, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this main keywords to the left like that. And let me just show you what this will look like. Mindfulness podcast. And then I would do something like 2018, something like a modifier post, or 2018, sorry, top 20 podcasts for 2018. So you can see here how that, and I would probably elaborate on that because that's a shorter title tag, but how that would probably be a lot better to click through to and match intent than the other previous version that didn't really match anything. Now, the reason why I would choose top 20 here, again, is going back to intent. If I type in mindfulness podcast, what do I get? I get a list-based approach. This is the same thing I did with the fishing tips thing you guys saw the other day, where I was showing you how I took a client with just one blog post locally from like 0 organic traffic, or maybe just 90 organic traffic a month, to like 3,000. And all I did, again, was I found a niche where it was a tip-based type of post, and I targeted that by figuring out the intent. Let's just say, for instance, fishing tips for beginners. And I saw that all of these other posts had about 10 tips, 20 tips, whatever it was. What did I do? I added 38. I doubled it, right? So boom, now we're ranking for a bunch of stuff just with one post. So instead of just thinking about, like I said, is a title tag a ranking factor? Is a link a ranking factor? Stop thinking about it that way. Start thinking about it from, how do I figure this stuff out? The purpose of these different pages. Map your stuff out and then optimize for it. It's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to help you rank for a lot more stuff, and it's going to make a lot more sense, and you're going to be able to do a lot more for your clients and yourself. I hope that was helpful. If you guys enjoyed that, let me know by leaving a like or a comment, and let me know. Until I see y'all next time, happy SEOing.